So for corporate, really, a lot of these corporations today need someone, and I go into speaking engagements where I can talk to large groups or just regular teams or divisions or companies that aren't working like a well-oiled machine. What are tips and what are things that they can do to get there? How can you lead with excellence? How can you have your teams working together? We are complex beings. We are humans. We all have our own lives, our own ups and downs, our own challenges. What are those secret pieces that you can use in your companies and your teams to create that success? And there are some, and they do work. And also, I also speak about leading with kindness. That is my leadership style. Why is that so important and so important today? How can that translate to even more revenue with your company? And it can. I'm such a proponent of that. Let's stop the dictatorship. Let's stop that, top down, and let's work as people together. And what are those special things that maybe C-suites might not even understand? As an employee sitting there with 500 people in an office, what are those really important things that you could do that would literally change the motivation of those employees to be, oh gosh, this is a job. I'm not getting recognition. My boss isn't listening to me, to, oh my gosh, I am so motivated. I want to work in this company. I want to implement these projects. There's so much there that I like to teach and speak about and coach. And then you talked about segueing into the personal. I mentioned we're human beings, we're complex. Well, that touches on the personal. I wish that we couldn't bring some of the things we do into our work environment, but we're not built that way. We're not robots yet. We are human beings. There's a TV show called Severance that I've watched that plays a storyline that you go into work and you are in the basement and you take the elevator up, and then once you reach your floor, your outer life is completely erased. And
Hmm.
we don't live in that world. That's an interesting concept, but so we have to address that. And clients I work with, I ask those questions, and we can work in a private space one-on-one about, does that person remind you of somebody, or why are you so upset because that person triggered you?